Daphne Zuniga as Princess Vespa. Daphne Zuniga gave us a princess with power, pout, and punch as Princess Vespa, a royal runaway with no patience for princes or protocol. She wasn't just a spoof of Leia. She had a hairdryer instead of a blaster and a scream that could destroy steel. Spoiled? Absolutely. But also smart, loyal, and ready to fight when it really counted. She was the diva of the galaxy, and somehow still lovable. Love your space heroines with sass and side-eye? Like, subscribe, and ride shotgun with Princess Vespa. Mike Newski as Laser Gunner. Mike Newski played the unlucky laser gunner, a blink-and-you-laugh role aboard Spaceball 1. He's the guy who presses buttons, fires lasers, and hopes he doesn't get blamed when it all explodes. Classic sci-fi cannon fodder, and that's the joke. His character says little, but the absurdity of his fate says it all. Appreciate the unsung heroes of chaos? Like, subscribe, and salute the laser gunner. Michael Winslow as radar technician. Michael Winslow, the one-man sound effects machine, made his brief scene unforgettable as the radar technician. No digital effects here, just vocal wizardry. From beeps to booms to static, he built a full soundboard from his throat, and it was both impressive and hysterical. Even in a galaxy full of effects, he was the best special effect of all. Love pure talent wrapped in comedy gold? Like, subscribe, and go full audio with the radar tech. Jeff McGregor as Snotty. Jeff McGregor hilariously spoofed Star Trek Scotty as Snotty, the transporter chief with a thick Scottish accent and zero control over his machinery. He beams people in, but they come out twisted, swapped, or just plain wrong. With a loud kilt and louder errors, he was space travel's worst-case scenario. Beam up the laughs with classic parody? Like, subscribe, and let Snotty take the controls. Jim Jackman as Major Asshole. Jim Jackman played the most delightfully named character in the galaxy, Major Asshole. Part of a crew of literal assholes, he stood out by fully embracing the absurdity, saluting, bumbling, and stumbling. He was a masterclass in Mel Brooks' signature lowbrow brilliance. He didn't just take orders, he made sure everyone was stupid. Can't resist a good running gag? Like, subscribe, and report for duty with Major Asshole. Jim J. Bullock as Prince Valium. Jim J. Bullock was the sleepy suitor no one wanted but couldn't avoid, Prince Valium. Constantly yawning, painfully polite, and lacking even a spark of charm, he was the anti-Prince Charming. Still, he had a weird kind of royalty energy, tired, rich, and weirdly sweet. The guy fell asleep at his own engagement, and we still rooted for him. Love characters who snooze through chaos? Like, subscribe, and snore with Prince Valium. Leslie Bevis as Commanderette Zircon. Leslie Bevis ruled the bridge as Commanderette Zircon, ice-cold, high-ranking, and absolutely done with everyone's nonsense. She had the look, the voice, and the posture of a space general, and somehow kept a straight face while surrounded by morons. In a ship full of idiots, she held the line with sarcasm and stilettos. Want more boss ladies in boots and blasters? Like, subscribe, and bow to Commanderette Zircon. Rick Moranis as Dark Helmet. Rick Moranis redefined evil with a whiny voice and an oversized helmet as Dark Helmet, the nerdiest villain in the galaxy. He swings a Schwartz ring instead of a lightsaber, throws tantrums mid-battle, and rocks black spandex like no one else. His mix of incompetence and egomania made him hilariously dangerous. He's not Vader, he's worse, because he knows how merchandising works. Love your villains dorky and dramatic? Like, subscribe, and kneel before Dark Helmet. Bill Pullman as Lone Star. Bill Pullman flew into cult stardom as Lone Star, a space mercenary with a Winnebago, a sidekick named Barf, and some suspicious Jedi-like powers. He's part Han Solo, part Luke Skywalker, and all sarcasm. Whether rescuing princesses or dodging Pizza the Hut, he's the underdog you can't help but root for. He's got a Schwartz, a ship, and a heart of gold under that vest. Crave a space rogue with charm and jokes? Like, subscribe, and ride with Lone Star. Stephen Tobolowsky as Captain of the Guard. Stephen Tobolowsky popped in with trademark clueless authority as the Captain of the Guard, managing arrests, screw-ups, and bureaucracy in a world run by idiots. It's a small part, but he nails it with that perfect deadpan tone. He may not stop the bad guys, but he'll file the paperwork in triplicate. Love a face you've seen everywhere? Like, subscribe, and salute the captain of the guard. John Candy as Barf. John Candy was half man, half dog, and totally loyal as Barf the Mog. He's the Chewbacca parody we didn't know we needed, chewing seatbelts, wagging his tail, and bringing John Candy's warm, wild comedy energy. Whether crashing ships or stealing scenes, Barf's bark was only matched by his bite. Love loyal goofballs in galaxy-wide messes? Like, subscribe, and ride shotgun with Barf. Sandy Helberg as Dr. Schlotkin. Sandy Helberg was unforgettable as Dr. Schlotkin, the mustached, neurotic dentist, helping suck the air out of Druidia. He looked like he wandered out of a sitcom and into space, and that's exactly the joke. When your evil empire needs both braces and betrayal, he's your guy. Laugh at villains with drills and anxiety? Like, subscribe, and sit back in Dr. Schlotkin's chair. Sal Viscuso as radio operator. Sal Viscuso brought perfect timing and comic panic to the radio operator, the guy screaming about approaching Spaceball 1. He's the classic sci-fi technician, frantic, barely in control, and 100% confused. In the world of Spaceballs, even the background voices get the best laughs. Love, bling, can you miss it? Brilliance? Like, subscribe, and tune into the radio operator. George Weiner as Colonel Sanders. George Weiner crushed it as Colonel Sanders, the hilariously named second-in-command who balanced straight man seriousness with sheer absurdity. Whether reading radar or messing up teleporters, he tried his best and failed spectacularly. With a name like that, you know he's deliciously dumb. Crave extra crispy space comedy? Like, subscribe, and follow Colonel Sanders into battle. Laureen Yarnell as Dot Matrix. Laureen Yarnell brought the body to Dot Matrix, the golden robo-maid and guardian of Princess Vespa. Think C-3PO with sass, stilettos, and a built-in virgin alarm. Her movements were pure mime magic, while Joan Rivers' voice gave her that biting edge. She's protocol, protection, and personality all rolled into one chrome-plated queen. Want your droids with class and claws? Like, subscribe, and power up with Dot Matrix. John Hurt as himself, Alien Scene. John Hurt returned for one of the funniest cameos in film history, playing himself in a parody of Alien. Same actor, same chest, same monster, except this time, the alien wears a top hat and sings. It's absurd, brilliant, and a self-aware gag that literally bursts out laughing. Even Hurt couldn't believe it happened again, and neither could we. Love meta-comedy that breaks your ribs? Like, subscribe, and say hello my baby with John Hurt. Joan Rivers as voice of Dot Matrix. Joan Rivers' razor-sharp wit turned Dot Matrix into comedy royalty. Her voice turned every protocol into a punchline, every warning into a roast. She added attitude, authority, and endless one-liners to a robot who stole every scene. If sarcasm were software, Joan ran version 10.0. Want your sci-fi with savage commentary? Like, subscribe, and honor Joan Rivers in full circuitry. Dick Van Patten as King Roland. Dick Van Patten gave us the frazzled father and space monarch King Roland, ruler of Druidia, and a dad trying to protect his daughter from creeps, kidnappers, and intergalactic wedding planners. He's clueless, well-meaning, and somehow still gets tangled in every deal. He's more sitcom than sci-fi, and that's the beauty of it. Love royal dads who can't catch a break? Like, subscribe, and bow to King Roland. Mel Brooks as President Scrub and Yogurt. Mel Brooks pulled double duty as President Scrub, the bumbling galactic leader, and Yogurt, the wisecracking guru of the Schwartz. Scrub was all sleaze and incompetence, while Yogurt broke the fourth wall, the fifth, and your expectations. From merchandising jokes to nose jokes, he was the heart of the parody. Love your directors starring in their own chaos? Like, subscribe, and praise Mel Brooks twice. Ronnie Graham as the minister. Ronnie Graham officiated weddings, panicked in space, and delivered lines like a man just trying to finish the script alive. As the minister, he's stuck marrying unwilling royals and dodging interruptions from Winnebagos. He's not a hero, but he's hysterical. Love your space comedies with a little holy chaos? Like, subscribe, and bless the minister.